Praise the Lord. I hope all of you are doing good. Today, I want to meditate on one particular topic. Why we are not able to please the Almighty God. Every child of God, everyone who is following Jesus, has a desire in their heart to please God. But when we examine in our heart, we have seen many times we have fallen short of that expectation. We are not able to please. We genuinely know that. There are multiple reasons why we are not able to please God. Today, I want to meditate on one particular area which is the biggest hindrance why we are not able to please God. Let me read John chapter 12, verse 43. For these are the chief rulers, loved the praises of men more than the praise of God. The last week of ministry of Jesus, 1 week exactly before Jesus being crucified, we get a small story in John 12 where it says, chief rulers, many of them believed Jesus. But they did not confess because they feared the Pharisees that they might be put out of the synagogue. And the very next verse is what it is written. They were not able to please God because they loved pleasing men more than God. We are living in a world where we are driven to that feeling. We feel that we are identified only if people accept us. We're living in a world, pleasing men becomes our primary priority. What does the Bible say? Let's be very cautious as children of God. Proverbs 16 verse 7, it says that when a man's ways pleases the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. So it's a promise of God. Your priority should not be pleasing people. But if your ways are right in front of the Lord, it's a promise that God knows how to give you peace, how to give pleasing attitude from people, how to be accepted by the people. We read it again and again. God knows His ways. He is a grand weaver. Jeremiah 17 verse 5, it says, cursed be the man who trusts in man, but maketh his flesh his arm, whose heart has departed from the Lord. It says that instead of God, if you start trusting people, see, the next stage of pleasing people is you start trusting them. You do something, you expect them to appreciate you, expect them to come and help you. But when you are so intense about it, that can lead us away from the Lord. It's a warning. Let's examine, are we trying to please people and trust people more than we pleasing and trusting God? I'm not even talking about balance. When the priority and the primary focus is pleasing God, pleasing men will be very different. That will not haunt us. It has come to a point people can go into sleepless nights if somebody says a small negative comment. Somebody doesn't smile at you. I've seen people even going to anxiety, hitting low, depressions, just because somebody said something. The root cause is not the smile that you didn't get. It is because somewhere we enjoy pleasing people more than God. A couple of verses I want to quickly read. John chapter 5 verse 44, it says, how can you believe? Don't take it lightly. How can you believe? Which receives honor one another. You receive honor from one another. Seek not the honor that cometh from God only. John 5:44 is saying that it's a huge hindrance for what you believe. You know why? because you seek to get honor from each other, and therefore you don't receive honor from God, and you don't seek honor from God. Do we seek honor from God? Do we really try to please God? What should be our motto? Let me read one more verse. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4, Paul says, we trusted in the gospel. Towards the end, saying, not pleasing men, but God, which trieth out. Lastly, what are we trying? Are we trying to please God? Or are we trying to please people? Trusting and pleasing people can depart our heart from God. Pleasing God and being the living Bible to people. I am not talking about not being good to people, but that you live the Bible, live the commandments of God, but your intention is not to please people. Your intention is to live as a child of God, pleasing God, trusting God. During this time, let's be like that.